welcome back to our cozy corner of the internet, my fellow General Hospital fans. Today is a beautiful, bright day to pour a fresh cup of tea, settle into a comfortable chair, and dive deep into the drama of Port Charles. As a new blogger, I am so deeply grateful for the warm welcome you have all shown me. Let us unpack the latest news together, because what a spectacular summer we have ahead of us. When I first read the recent Soap Opera Digest interview with our head writers, Elizabeth Corte and Chris Van Etten, my heart genuinely skipped a beat. The promise of a summer filled with breathless drama, new romances, major twists, and shocking discoveries is exactly what we need right now. Port Charles has been languishing under a very dark cloud lately, and as a longtime viewer, I have been waiting patiently for the tide. The writers have laid out a roadmap for the coming months that feels both thrilling and deeply emotional, and I cannot help but feel a profound sense of anticipation for what is to come. At the very center of this summer preview is the monumental return of Jason Morgan. To hear that Steve Burton will be stepping back into Jason's signature leather jacket starting on July 13th is nothing short of spectacular. What makes this even more special is that his return coincides with the historic 16,000th episode of General Hospital. Reaching such a milestone is a testament to the enduring legacy of this show, and having Jason at the forefront of this celebration feels entirely appropriate. He has been a foundational pillar of Port Charles for decades, and his absence has left a noticeable void in the lives of so many characters we care about. We must reflect on exactly why Jason has been gone, because his actions speak volumes about the man he is. As we know, Jason was arrested by the WSB back in March after he made the ultimate sacrifice. He pleaded guilty to shooting the ruthless Ross Cullum, a choice born of pure, selfless instinct to ensure that young Rocco Falconeri would remain safe. I have always admired Jason's unwavering, protective nature. He is a man of few words, but his loyalty is absolute. Taking the fall to protect Lulu and Dante's son was a beautiful, heartbreaking gesture, but it has cost him dearly. The writers have teased that Jason is returning from his time abroad as a completely changed man. This is perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the entire summer preview. Prison time, especially under the dark and secretive umbrella of the WSB, would take a toll on anyone. I find myself wondering how this experience has shifted his worldview. For so long, Jason has defined himself by his duty to others, particularly his role as Sonny Corinthos' enforcer. If he has truly changed, how will he choose to live the rest of his life? I firmly believe that this evolution is necessary. As much as we love the classic Jason, allowing him to grow and reassess his priorities will provide rich, compelling television for us to enjoy. This new perspective will undoubtedly have a profound impact on his family, and my thoughts immediately go to his son, Danny Morgan. Danny has been going through such a turbulent time lately, getting caught up in dangerous situations like the break-in at Windermere with Charlotte. A teenage boy needs his father, especially one who can guide him away from the reckless path of the Cassadine legacy. If Jason returns with a desire to truly be present for his children, it could forge a beautiful new chapter for the Quartermaine family. I am incredibly hopeful that we will see a softer, more paternal side of Jason as he navigates his relationship with Danny. Furthermore, Jason's return will heavily influence Britt Westbourne. Britt has been on the run, fiercely protecting Rocco and fleeing from the very forces that Jason tried to stop. The bond between Jason and Britt was always something I found quite touching. There was a mutual understanding of each other's damaged souls. With Jason back on the canvas, perhaps Britt will finally find the safe harbor she so desperately needs. I suspect that Jason will not rest until he ensures that Britt and Rocco are completely free from the WSB's terrifying hunt. Of course, we cannot discuss Jason Morgan without mentioning Sonny Corinthos. The preview hints that Sonny is about to enter his final battle, and though the writers assure us he will emerge victorious, the emotional cost will surely be high. Sonny has been struggling to maintain his grip on his empire and his family while dealing with the insidious threats of Jen Sidwell and Ross Cullum. With Jason returning as a changed man, will he stand shoulder to shoulder with Sonny in this final war, or will his new outlook on life cause friction between the two oldest of friends? I suspect it will be a bit of both, and I am eager to watch Maurice Benard and Steve Burton navigate this complex new dynamic. Equally as thrilling, and perhaps even more heartbreaking, is the impending return of our beloved Anna Devane. Finola Hughes brings such elegance and strength to our screens, and her absence has been deeply felt. We have learned that Anna is currently being held in a French facility, a detail that sends chills down my spine. Longtime viewers will remember the tragic history Anna has with the WSB and the DVX, and the concept of her being locked away and subjected to psychological manipulation by Cullum is a horrifying echo of her past traumas. It is simply agonizing to think of a woman as poised and brilliant as Anna being broken down in this manner. The writers have shared that when she returns, the profound and lasting effects of her captivity will be highly visible. I appreciate this realistic approach to trauma. A person does not simply walk away from psychological torture unscarred. The fact that her joyful reunions with her loved ones will be overshadowed by the manipulation she endured makes for a deeply layered emotional storyline. We are currently watching Jocelyn suffer a similar mental collapse at Windermere, and knowing that Anna is enduring her own nightmare in France highlights just how evil Ross Cullum truly is. What excites me the most, however, is the revelation that Anna will return with shadows of her younger self and deadly intentions. I must applaud the writers for this choice. For years, Anna has tried to play by the rules, acting as a beacon of justice and morality in Port Charles. But when the system you serve turns against you and subjects you to torture, the rules no longer apply. I fully support Anna tapping into the darker, more lethal skills of her youth. Cullum and Sidwell have operated with impunity for far too long, and they need to face an adversary who is willing to cross the line to stop them. A rogue, vengeful Anna Devane is exactly what Port Charles needs right now. Anna's return is also crucial because she holds the key to one of the most disturbing secrets currently plaguing our town, the true identity of Cassius Faison. The cruelty of Cassius masquerading as Nathan West has been incredibly difficult to watch. My heart breaks for Liesl Obrecht and Nina Reeves, who are being so thoroughly manipulated by a man wearing the face of someone they loved so dearly. Anna possesses the vital information needed to expose Cassius. I am anxiously awaiting the moment she brings this truth to light, shattering his deceptive facade and freeing Liesl from the emotional torment he has inflicted upon her. Meanwhile, our fierce Carly Spencer is also stepping into the fray. The preview mentions that Carly will be facing off against a mysterious Z. Carly has always been a force of nature, especially when it comes to protecting her children. We already know she is taking drastic personal action to investigate Windermere, driven by her maternal instinct to find Jocelyn. Whoever this Z is, they are severely underestimating Carly's resilience. I have always admired how Laura Wright portrays Carly's relentless drive. She may make impulsive decisions, and she certainly ignores warnings from people like Valentine, but her heart is always fiercely devoted to her family. I have no doubt she will meet this new challenge head on. When we look at the broader picture, the combined forces of Jason Morgan and Anna Devane returning to Port Charles signal a massive shift in the balance of power. The writers have strongly implied that their return will ultimate downfall and disaster for Ross Cullum and Jens Sidwell. There is a profound sense of poetic justice in this. These villains have terrorized the town, kidnapped our loved ones, and manipulated the innocent. To have them dismantled by the very people they tried to destroy, Jason, whom they imprisoned, and Anna, whom they tortured, is the kind of satisfying, long-term storytelling that makes being a soap opera fan so rewarding. As we move deeper into the summer, I know that some viewers might worry about the darker tone of these storylines. It is never easy to watch characters we love endure pain, captivity, or psychological distress. However, I firmly believe that it is the darkness that makes the eventual triumph so much sweeter. The emotional payoff of seeing Jason reunite with his family, of watching Anna reclaim her power and of witnessing Sonny and Carly protect their own will be entirely worth the angst we are feeling right now. This summer promises to be a transformative era for General Hospital. The stakes have never been higher, and the emotional currents have never run deeper. I am so excited to continue watching this story unfold, and even more excited to hear all of your thoughts and theories as we journey through these upcoming episodes together. Port Charles is bracing for a storm, but with heroes like Jason and Anna on the horizon, I know the sun will eventually shine again.